What's up, everyone? This is Jay from Evolution Radio, and today we have to talk about this video that surfaced over the weekend. It's a fake, violent Trump video. It was played at a PAC meeting um, at Mar-a-Lago, and Trump has said that he knows nothing about it. The one thing we can say for sure is that Donald Trump did not make it. I argue that he knew about it. I would assume he would. It just seems odd that he wouldn't. This is a Trump sponsored event, and it was at his resort. How would he not know about it? Seems interesting that he would. I mean, either he is willfully ignorant about what happens at his own resort while drumming up money for his campaign, or he did know about it. Either way, it's out there, and it is very disturbing, to say the least. Not because of the violence. The violence is pretty bad, don't get me wrong. But in our society, we're kind of used to that. And in fact, it came from a fairly decent movie called The Kingsman. And if I was part of the team that made that movie, I would sue him, by the way. Or the quote unquote person responsible. And they used the image of the video of the movie without consent. Break some laws. That's neither here nor there. It goes further than just that, as far as some sort of legality. Um, Breaking a law, no, yes, but morally, we have a bigger problem, ethically. As where this video shows how violent the alt-right and Trump supporters are. In the video, he shoots and stabs and burns people. Groups like CNN, NBC, PBS, which PBS, by the way. Are you gonna go after Daniel Tiger, you fucking psycho? Come on. PBS, BuzzFeed, Black Lives Matter, Bernie Sanders, Kathy Griffin was in it, the Young Turks, Vox, so on and so forth. Also, I think it does show one thing that we can truly take away from this, aside from the fact that we know how violent they are and what they fantasize about. Which, by the way, you guys really need some help if this is what you fantasize about. If your fantasy, your dripping wet fantasy, is Donald Trump shooting a bunch of people, you really need some help. Jesus, if any of my fantasies involved a man in his mid-70s, I would really question what I was doing with my life. But the one thing that we did learn, aside from that, is that without a doubt, Donald Trump and his supporters are the far right. They are not the conservative male. They are not the middle of the road Republican. And why do I say that? Because people like Mitt Romney are featured in the video. The late John McCain is in the video. People who have been cornerstones in the Republican Party, Donald Trump kills. And, he has again said multiple times he knew nothing about it. And I question that highly, as I previously stated. But also, because he actually had family members that were there during the showing of this movie. Not only family members, Donald Trump Jr. was there, but also friends like Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Ron DeSantis was there. You're telling me that this was played and Donald Trump Jr. didn't call him? Say, hey, Dad, Somebody made this really fucked up video of you. We need to get ahead of this. No. No. So it doesn't make sense what his response was. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, for anyone's campaign, this would be damning. So you think if he hadn't not given consent to make it or to air it, he would be he'd be in front of it. He'd be handling it. He knew it. He knew all about it, and he knew that's what his supporters wanted to see. And that's what's going to drum up money. I'd be curious to see how the people in the room felt. There's a probability that they were uncomfortable. Because the majority of these people are rich white people. And I don't believe that many of them outright find the idea of Donald Trump mass murdering media is what they want. I might be wrong, but I hope that that wasn't the consensus in the room. No, this was a video that they also knew would leak. It was a dog whistle, letting his supporters know, hey, this is how I feel. This is what I'm doing. Again, if it was not a situation like that, we would not see it. You can't tell me that the Trump administration cannot hide a secret. I'm sure they can. They do it fairly well. But no, this was allowed to be released. And all of his supporters are incredibly excited about it. And it's just humorous fun, as I saw on Twitter. But it's not. And they want to know, why are the libs triggered? Well, I'm not a lib, and I'm not triggered, but I am bothered by it. And namely, because the alt-right, who, as we established, that is Donald Trump. He is not conservative. He is not. No, he's alt-right. They have already displayed violence towards the people in this video. Caesar Sayak, remember the psycho who sent all the pipe bombs to people like Bernie Sanders and AOC and CNN and everyone on the left? You remember that guy? Remember he did it, namely because he thought Trump wanted him to? Because he believed the rhetoric of Fox News? Remember that guy? Yeah. Yeah, this is just more to that. And it feeds into that idea that if you were to listen to somebody like Ben Shapiro, Sean Hannity, any of those guys, you would think that the people on the other side of the aisle are the most depraved psychos who are just destroying everything in the world. And they should be handled that way. And this video just shows more violence towards those people who people like Fox News and Donald Trump give such a bad image to. And we know most of that's not true. There is obviously a distorted idea of establishment, but it's not AOC. It's not Bernie Sanders. And for the love of God, it's better not to be Hillary Clinton anymore. She had better retired. But this video speaks on a few levels. One, it says that if you are a part of one of these groups, you should just quit. Stop. Stop standing up against Trump. Stop speaking truth to power. Because if you don't, we're going to kill you. And I know, maybe it's taken it a little too far. But again, like with Caesar Sayak, look at Donald Trump saying, oh, I'll pay for their bills. They have produced a lot of violence towards the right. And the right wing is going the alt-right, mind you, is going to continue this violence as long as this rhetoric is allowed to continue. Donald Trump has not said he um, denounces this video. He didn't come out and say how disgusted he was by it. Nope, none of that. So here we are with the president, who has this sort of Kim Jong-un propaganda piece behind him. But, don't worry about it. It's socialists. That's your big fear. Not the fact that there is essentially a fascist in office who is showing videos of killing people that he disagrees with. On a personal note with some of this stuff, doing what I do here and in Revolution Radio, I myself have had about 12 to 14 death threats over just the last year. Death threats of people sending me my address and pictures of guns, saying they know where I am. They're going to kill me for my thoughts. It's not a joke. And this kind of rhetoric just plays up into that. It really does. And him not denouncing it, it only normalizes it. I don't know. So my question to you guys, is there a way that we will be one country again? After all the things that we've been through in the last 3 years, can this country come together again? If you're Hispanic, if you're black, if you're gay, I don't know. Even if you're just a left-wing Democrat, can you really work with the right wing anymore? Really don't know. I don't know. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. Anyway, the YouTube channel is Community of Ideas. On Facebook, it's Jaydyllan, Jaydyllan. On Twitter, it's JC Show VIP. Not Instagram, sorry. Spotify, Anchor, and iTunes. It's Revolution Radio. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I'm really curious to see your thoughts on this one. So let me know. I'll talk to you later.